the food that was on my plate, the animals that I was eating weren't really that different from the cats and dogs that I, loved as companions. And so when I made that recognition as a child, I started to make changes, and I wasn't in a vegetarian household, so I'm lucky that my parents were very supportive and helped me figure out meals and how to make that work. Especially back then, it was not quite as easy as it is now. And I've just kind of progressed on that journey. I don't think anyone is really a perfect vegan, but I keep making choices just to better align my choices with my values. And it was about 8 years ago that I shifted toward veganism when I learned more about the animal agriculture industry and of dairy cows and chickens that lay eggs. And I also learned that environmentally, we can really reduce our footprint on the earth when we make more plant-based choices. So there's so many different reasons why I've been happy with this choice that I've made and kind of this life path. And it's really joyful and abundant too. I don't ever feel like I'm giving up and sacrificing. I am a total foodie and love to eat good meals, love to cook and bake. And I've just figured out ways to do that in a way that uses all plants, and it's really wonderful.
So, what would you say your favorite vegetarian meal is, if you don't mind me asking?
It's so hard to pick just one meal since I love food so much and I love to cook. But my mom makes this really great shepherd's pie, and it's a vegan shepherd's pie, so it has this delicious layer of mashed potatoes on the top using a plant-based butter and nice and creamy. And I really like those comfort foods, so I feel like I'm drawn to those kind of foods that are really satisfying and hearty and and then of course I have a big sweet tooth. So after my shepherd's pie, then I'd love to have a brownie sundae or a nice piece of chocolate cake with some chocolate ganache on top. Anything to satisfy that sweet tooth.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. All right. So, what about the Veg Out Festival excites you the most? You said you started out as an attendee. So, would you, give us a little background on, what your favorite part is?
Sure. At the Veg Out Festival, what I really love, there's a couple things that I really love, but one is that it is just this beautiful community of people coming together. We welcome people from all backgrounds. It doesn't matter what people eat in their day-to-day life, they're welcome to come out to Veg Out. And so flexitarians, reducitarians, even if you don't have a label for yourself, you can come out and this is just an opportunity to try new food. So I love that environment of Veg Out. And also, as someone who always is choosing vegetarian and vegan food, that I can go to any vendor at the festival and feel really comfortable knowing that I'll get a plant-based meal wherever I go.
Yeah, okay. And so, you are the executive director, so I could only imagine the amount of tasks and, deliverables you have to handle as, an executive director of a nonprofit. So tell us, how hard is it running a food festival, and what are some challenges you may have encountered during your time at the organization?
Sure, you're right. There really is a lot to do. And we're a local nonprofit. We only have just 2 or 3 staff people at a time, and we're mostly volunteer run. So we're a super lean team, and that means a lot of people are handling a lot of different responsibilities. That is certainly one of the challenges. We're always looking for more community members to come out, not only to join in for the festivities, but as volunteers as well, for those who are interested in leveling up their involvement. But so that's a challenge, I think, is just, all of the finding the human resources to run the festivals. With an outdoor festival like Veg Out, we can sometimes run into that challenge of weather too, and you can't plan for what the weather will be. You kind of have to go with whatever the forecast comes along. So we're lucky for this Sunday. The forecast is looking really great, and we've had some really wonderful festivals with perfect weather for us. There have been rainy times, and we make it work, and we figure out what we can do there. But those are a couple of the challenges that have come up along the way.
Okay. Right. So, you know, you mentioned that, you embrace the entire community to, come out to the Veg Out Festival. So, how can the community help with the environment the festival is held in?
Sure. So with our festivals, we do try to think about um, the environmental aspect of the festival, and we partner with Zero Waste and Food Scraps 360 to do our waste removal for the event. So first off, people, if they're able to and it's convenient for them to bring their own utensils or bring their own plates for their food whenever we can, kind of the highest level is be able to reuse something as opposed to a single use item. So that's something we really encourage our attendees to do. And then once you're at our festival, we do appreciate that you look for the waste stations, look for our friends that are helping us to compost as much as we can and divert as much as we can from the waste stream. And I think for me, that's an aspect of veganism is really thinking about our environment and how we're making sure we take care of that when we're running these large scale events.
Okay, right. And so I have a question. I don't know, if it makes sense to you guys, because I know how much is built on the community right here in the capital region. But do you and your team ever plan to take Veg Out Festival across America at some point?
I love this idea. And I do think that for us, we really, as you said, we're really focused on this community. So I expect that we'll probably remain in upstate New York and just kind of grow throughout the region here. But there are really wonderful organizations across the country that are holding similar festivals and bringing together communities in their own cities. So it's really awesome to see right now is a time when there's such a surge of excitement around eating more plant-based foods and a lot of organizations that are supporting this across the country.
Yeah, I asked that because the last time I attended the festival, there was someone all the way from Chicago in the area. Yes, and he said, I traveled here, me and my wife. My wife is a vegetarian, and I wanted to make sure she got here. And I was just like, wow, you came to Troy, New York for a Out Festival. So I want you to know the work you are doing is definitely getting around and people love it.
Thank you. We really love when people come from far and wide to attend.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have any final words for my audience?
I think just a couple final words in terms of we'd love to see anyone come out to Veg Out Sunday, June 4th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. right in Monument Square in downtown Troy. So we hope people that are available will come out and enjoy the food. And we have a DJ, so it's going to be a great time on Sunday. And in general, I think whether you want to make a change for the planet, for your personal health, or for the animals, you can really find any reason that works for you to incorporate more plant-based foods into your diet. And today is the perfect day to start making that change. You don't have to jump into the deep end feet first and do it all at once, but just think about different swaps and different changes that you can make throughout, as you go and learn as you go. And we're here at the Capital Region Vegan Network to support you in making those changes. You can follow us at capregionvegans.org, and we'd love to see you soon.
Yes. So you heard it here, folks. Well, this has been HM correspondent Dulcinea Diggs, and I spoke with Mrs. Shaye, and we discussed Veg Out Festival. We'll see you on June 4th.